Hey everyone, if you're a fan of Battle Royale games, I've got something very special for you and it just came out yesterday for free on PlayStation 5 and other consoles. I've been playing Off the Grid that just launched yesterday on PlayStation 5 on early access for free. The latest game from Neil Blomkamp, sorry for butchering that, the visionary behind movies such as District 9 and Elysium. I'm going to keep this very simple. This game is so much fun, it's so different, and it's really putting new life into the genre of Battle Royale and extraction shooters. The game is still pretty janky in certain areas and it does look a bit weird sometimes on PS5, but might look a bit different on PC. But as I said, this is an early access, so please give this game some time to cook. But this game, I cannot stress how fun it is. It is just so much fucking fun. The game's set in a dystopian future. Off the Grid takes place on a sprawling island run by powerful mega corporation. There are three main factions fighting for control, and your decisions will affect each allegiance. Each faction has its own narrative threads that unfold across the battlefield. And one of the coolest parts about this game is the story missions happen in real time alongside the PvP gameplay. One minute you can be fighting for your life against other players, and the next you're thrown into a mission to assassinate a high-ranking target or steal corporate secrets. In my opinion, this could be absolutely amazing, or it could be an absolute clusterfuck and not work at all. So I think I'm going to have to be very careful about the way they implement this mode into the game, but we'll see how that goes. What sets Off the Grid apart is how it integrates PvP and PvE in a seamless open world environment. In most battle royales, it's all about being the last one standing, but here, your objectives are changing on the fly. You'll take on both other players and enemy AI control players, which adds a layer of unpredictability. Plus, the game's customization looks to be quite insane. You can basically build your loadout and weapons to suit your style, different arms, different legs that do different things. Whether you're in close combat, long range sniping, or hacking into an environment to gain advantage. The possibilities just really seem quite endless, which just makes for a very interesting game and very fun game in my opinion. So, the map, it's absolutely fucking massive. We're basically on a full tropical island with everything from neon lit cities to sprawling jungles and corporate facilities. From what I've played so far, I'm really enjoying the map. It's got lots of different locations. It's very fun to fight in. It's very fun to fly about in. The map is massive, however, you do have a jetpack, and oh my god, it is so much fucking fun just flying about the place, jumping off buildings, jumping off cranes, and just flying about the place, getting your teammates. I cannot emphasize just how much fun that is. The thing I really like about the map so far is it does seem like there's a lot of ambush points when you're trying to extract information. Say for example you're trying to extract some loot. Basically you put your loot into the machine, you've got about a minute to extract. However, there's about 50 million areas basically where you could ambush from or where you could be ambushed from. So it makes a very interesting minute of your life, pun intended. Also, it's got this amazing mix of verticality and open spaces that make this firefight feel dynamic and fresh. You could be fighting someone and you could activate your super speed basically, run away, circle back, and then get the jump on them. It's just, there's just endless ways to play this game and it's just so exciting. Wherever you want to go on guns blazing with your squad or sneak around by yourself, Off the Grid really lets you choose your own playstyle, which is just so much fun and very interesting. If you want to avoid the fights altogether, you can basically just focus on getting as much loot out as possible and then decoding it later for some cool customization. So, after sinking some hours into Off the Grid, what have I got to say? Right, so here's the good. I like the art style of the game. The art style is very interesting, the graphics, they're a bit weird at the moment. They don't look as crisp as they should be. However, the art style and the direction they're going for, I really do like. I really do enjoy that dystopian future they've got going on. The movement is absolutely insane. It's probably one of the best movement games I've ever played, apart from My Hero Academy Rumble. That game's pretty good for movement, but this game is such a refreshing take on it. The movement is just second to none. It makes this game really fun. I'm absolutely having a blast with the movement. It's just making every fight really unpredictable and different ways to get away, different ways to fight an enemy, circle back round. It's just so much fun. The map is really important in a battle royale game. It can really make a battle royale game or break it. However, I'm happy to report this is very good. I'm a big fan of this map. It's just so vast, so many different locations, just so many different ways to fight and die or win the game basically. I'm very, very, very fond of this map. And hopefully it just improves over time. Massive fan of the attachments, like your legs, your arms. Just, it really mixes the gameplay up, gives you so many different ways to play it, so many different loadouts, especially with a squad as well. If you've got a squad with different loadouts, different combinations of attachments, it really will make an interesting game. The jetpack is probably one of the funnest parts of the game. It's just, the fact that you can use it anytime you want, you're not restricted to like one-time use or it runs out after a certain amount of time. It's just you can jump off a building, activate your jetpack, fly away. It's so fun. Can't honestly, I know I keep saying this, but words can't describe how fun this is. It really does make a different game, and it just feels fresh and new. And I just want to play more right now. One thing I will say is this isn't good, this isn't bad. It's just sort of in the middle. The gunplay, it sometimes feels really good, and then it sometimes feels terrible. Sometimes it feels I'm doing an insane amount of damage and I'm hitting every single shot, and then sometimes I'm using it and it just feels really janky and ropey, especially close up. Sometimes it just doesn't feel that good close up and it feels really weird. I think they just need to spend a little bit more time working on that and maybe fix it. I don't know. It might just be me. Maybe I need to spend more time in the game, just sort of getting my grips with it, finding out how it works, getting better acquainted with the aiming system. But it didn't feel that good. It didn't feel that bad. It was in the middle. One thing I'm not really sure on is the marketplace. It seems like it could be a bit pay to win in certain aspects in terms of like attachments for loadouts and stuff like that. In fact, you can buy them. And then obviously there's a pro membership where you can earn credits as 5 times as faster. And you can also sell items on the marketplace, whereas normal members can't. Most of the marketplace does look cosmetic, but I would say stay tuned to this space and just watch it very carefully because you can buy attachments for the hex coins. So just be careful. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and hopefully it just stays purely cosmetic and we can just see this game grow and grow and grow and grow, and that's what I want to see. One thing I wasn't really that fond on was the sort of blurriness of the game. I don't know if that was because I was playing on PS5, but the game did just look very blurry in certain areas and it did sort of put me off at the start. I quickly got over it, but in the back of my head, sometimes the game does look pretty ugly in certain areas. I don't know if it's just because I'm on PS5, but the game is in early access, as I've said previously. But it did look ugly and it was quite blurry in certain places, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully this can be fixed in the future. This game's still in pretty early stages, so we'll have to see how everyone balances out, what kind of post-launch support it gets. But right now, if you're looking for something fresh, something new, this is definitely one to give a shot and keep your eyes on. After all, it is free. It's not going to cost you a penny. I recommend you go and play it right now. Download it, have fun, grab a few friends, play with the squad. So if you've made it to the end of the video, let me know what you think of the game, if you've played it, if you've not played it, if you're going to play it. Is Off the Grid a future Battle Royale, or is it just another drop in the ocean, like the many Battle Royals that came and failed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much.